Building Ideas is proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.
Building ideas, lots of great ideas you really need to know. Building ideas, sit back, relax and enjoy the show.
Hello, welcome to Building Ideas. Are you ready for this? Each week on Building Ideas, we love to feature new homes and home additions. And this week we thought we'd show some building work of another terrific kind. We're at Madame Hannoi's Bar and Restaurant at the Adelaide Casino. And as you can see, two of our master builders, Chevello and Adelaide Press Metal, have been very busy working here. The concept of the Madame Hanoi Bar and Bistro was inspired by travel to exotic places and a nod to the colonial features of the existing space. The Madame Hanoi Bistro features dishes that are uniquely Vietnamese and unmistakably French. Chef Nick Watt is passionate about truly authentic Asian cuisine and only uses the very best produce. The former Adelaide Railway site, with its distinctive and impressive original 19th century architectural features, offers the perfect home for Madame Hanoi. It's one thing to have a vision, but it's quite another thing to actually make it happen. And that's where the very talented master builders made their magic. Now, one of them was Phil Coymans from Adelaide Press Metal. Although the concept of press metal isn't new, significant advances have been made over the past few years. Press metal was used in buildings and houses throughout Australia in the late 1800s to early 1900s, and the fact it's still being used today makes it timeless and classic. No wonder it's used widely throughout some of our most gracious and noteworthy buildings. In 2010, Adelaide Press Metal purchased the original Imperial dies when T.W. Ingham's closed their doors after 100 years of manufacturing press metal. Now they're restoring the original dies to keep Adelaide's heritage alive. The team at Adelaide Press Metal has close to 36 years of experience in the ceiling industry, including heritage restoration work, and they're the only company to supply and install raw aluminium panels in Australia. Throughout today's program, we're going to have a look at all of the terrific work that Adelaide Press Metal has done here at the former railway station, and we'll even have a chat with Phil. But first of all, this is what else we have on today's program. We'll hear from the Country Fire Service about keeping your home safe from bushfires. Andrew checks out some of the latest products in RollUp windows and doors range. I'll visit one of our state's most iconic buildings in our regular Celebrity Homes and Buildings of Note segment. And we'll hear about the value of having a pre-purchase inspection carried out by a master builder before you sign on the dotted line. I seem to say this every week, but it's true. It's a busy show, so it's over to Andrew.
Pressed metal certainly looks like a great way to spruce up your home. And another way to do that, or at least give a particular room a bit of a facelift, is with a fresh coat of paint. But knowing which colour to select can be a little tricky, especially as there are so many shades of every colour. And who'd have thought that there's so much more to blue than just light blue and dark blue?
With so many different colours and painting techniques to choose from, your options really are endless. I'm with Marie Anson, who's a colour consultant here at Crow's Paints. So Marie, tell me, where should you start?
First of all, you should have a vision. Start with a simple plan, work out your style and your personality of your home. Are you starting from scratch? Are you looking for a cohesive colour scheme throughout your home, or introducing colour to reflect some personality of a room? You also need to think about whether you're replacing some key elements of your home, whether they be soft furnishings, floor coverings. Are you working with existing furnishings? They're all important as there are areas to establish so that you can then begin to select a colour scheme.
And colour can totally alter the mood of a room. So it's important the colour you choose also suits the purpose of each particular room.
After all, you don't want a colour in the bedroom that isn't conducive to rest and relaxation. But perhaps a more cheerful and brighter colour scheme might work if you're repainting your kitchen or wanting to create a bit of an entertaining space that's quite vibrant. The trend though of late is to paint our homes in one fairly neutral colour and then add interest with soft furnishings and accessories.
It's not only about trying to work out what colour to use, but also what type. All paints and stains have a specific purpose, so to make sure you get the best result, it's a good idea to consult with an expert.
Ideally, you would use a flat or low sheen finish on your walls to reduce imperfections. You would put an enamel, either water-based or terps-based, on your woodwork, and that gives you the best protection because they're slightly harder wearing finishes. If you need direction there, you would come in and see us and we would be able to help you with the right paint for the right application.
Feature walls seem to have come and gone, and patterned wallpaper, reminiscent of the 50s, 60s and 70s, is certainly making a big comeback. So there's no shortage of looks and styles that you can create. The era of your home, should that come into play when you're doing your colour selections?
It is important to identify the era of your home, certainly, but unless you're renovating your home back to its original condition, it's important that you choose colours that reflect you and your lifestyle.
Ultimately, the colour that you paint your house is entirely up to you, and it should reflect the way in which you like to live. But best of all, if you don't like a colour that you've painted your house or even a particular room, you can just paint over it.
Building ideas. Building ideas.
Our native landscape really is very beautiful and it's something all of us get to enjoy. However, we do have to think about the risk of bushfires, especially if you live in a bushfire risk zone or you're thinking about building a home in a bushfire risk area. Building in a bushfire risk area requires considerable thought and planning to ensure your new home will comply with state and local council development policies and the building code. It's all about making your home more resistant to bushfire and to provide you with a place of refuge if your home is under threat from bushfire.
Houses that are in a higher bushfire risk will actually be referred to the CFS for us to provide recommendations on how you should construct that home.
Once you've established what risk area you're in, what else do we need to consider?
Well, probably first and foremost is the vegetation. The vegetation is what carries the fire, so that's what's going to impact on your property. So you need to be able to look at that vegetation and make sure you can establish a very clear, good, defendable space around your house so that you can look after it. The second thing that perhaps you could consider is the house siding. Fires generally travel on their most intense days on a northerly or westerly direction, so we need to ensure that we've taken that into account and we've put some good separation between the vegetation and us, particularly on those aspects. The other thing to consider is the slope. Fire travels a lot faster uphill and a lot more intense, so you need to consider if you're on a steep block that you will put your house perhaps a little bit further back from the peak of the slope to ensure that you've got a good, safer area. The other thing to consider is your housing design. You don't want any good little nooks and crannies where any sparks and embers can lodge, where any fine fuel might rest, because then what will happen is the sparks and embers will come along ahead of the fire, they'll catch a light, and then of course that gives an into your home to help it burn down.
And what about fighting fire equipment and access to water?
It's essential if you live in a bushfire risk area to have some water. You need to have a good, strong independent supply. You need to have a pump, petrol or diesel, and some hoses, because you need to be able to defend your home. Fires happen at any time. You might not necessarily get a fire truck, so you need to be able to make sure that you can deal with any sparks and embers that have arrived at your home and that have actually started to take a bit of a hold prior to the fire frame getting here.
Some excellent advice if you're living in a bushfire risk area, and also your master builder can also help you to make sure you're complying. You can also look up the website cfs.sa.gov.au.
A few weeks ago, we had a look at the AA series of sliding doors that RollUp Windows and Doors have on offer. And this week, I thought we'd have a look at some of the other products that they've got in their range. RollUp Windows and Doors is a brand name that's synonymous with the highest quality building products available on the market today. And their large variety of aluminium glass doors and windows means that you'll never have any trouble finding a solution for your new home or renovation. This sensational property built on the coastline at Henley Beach lends itself perfectly to the many different RollUp applications that the owners have incorporated. Wow, when you've got views as beautiful as this, you've got to take advantage of them. And RollUp's AA series sliding stacker doors let you do exactly that. We've said it time and time again, it's all about bringing the outdoors in, but without being exposed to the elements. And with the ability to custom make sliding stacker doors that span up to 1.8 meters per panel, you can enjoy uninterrupted views all year round, regardless of the weather. The fact that RollUp can specially design and make windows and doors to meet your exact requirements is perfect, especially if you're building a custom-built home or perhaps just doing a renovation. The stylish look here at Henley Beach is created by combining the clean design lines of commercial-grade aluminium with domestic functionality, which ensures that the doors are heavy-duty and require little maintenance, yet retain their domestic appeal and complement almost every house style. The other windows and doors throughout the home are fixed light and in some instances have been frosted for extra privacy. And these have also been custom made to suit the individual requirements of this particular home. One of the unique things about all of the RollUp windows and doors that have been used in this home is that they seal perfectly. There's absolutely no air transfer between the seals, adding to the internal comfort and environmental sustainability. Recessed tracks mean that there are no trip hazards and no small gaps and channels to clean either, meaning maintenance is at an all-time low, which is a definite advantage. Over the coming weeks, we're going to look at some more of the products that RollUp windows and doors have got in their range. And what you'll soon realise is that the options are endless because RollUp actually design and manufacture specifically to your requirements. In the meantime, if you want some information on what they can do, check out their website at rollup.com. And by the way, I'm told that the exact same beautiful house like this is for sale next door.
Building ideas. Building ideas.
Today's building of note needs very little introduction. Many South Australians would have heard about it and I'm sure they would have seen it. Its striking facade, its stunning architecture, not to mention its amazing build quality, makes it a standout on our city skyline. Of course, I'm talking about the SAMRI building. Its full name is the South Australian Health and Medical Research Institute, and it houses a team of more than 600 leading researchers, as well as state-of-the-art equipment. It certainly puts South Australia at the forefront in the fight against disease and health issues that impact our daily lives. Constructed by award-winning master builders Hindmarsh, the SAMRI building is a flexible, adaptable, healthy and sustainable facility that responds to its surrounding environmental conditions to ensure a comfortable internal working environment and to minimise the use of energy. In other words, this is a very smart building, and it's not only what's on the inside that makes it a talking point, but the SAMRI's facade is also a highlight, and I've just found out it's been inspired by the skin of a pine cone, and yes, I can see that. The SAMRI facility represents imagination, courage, collaboration and the future of research, and it's changed Adelaide's skyline forever. The aim was to create a building that would stand out and connect with the community to demonstrate that something really important is happening here, and it's certainly done that. The key features include double glazed triangular panels, woven mesh panels, perforated and solid aluminium infill panels, sunshades, solar panels, rainwater harvesting and recycling of 80% of the construction waste. This is such an intelligent building, and so too are the people that work here. It is definitely worthy of our Celebrity Homes and Building of Note segment. Now I'd like to introduce Steve Wesling, who is the Executive Director. Steve, an amazing building. What are your personal highlights?
Well, initially it was the outside of the building, and certainly the public of South Australia got really excited about the building and the outside. But for us now, having moved into the building, it's really the way the creative spaces inside the building. The building's so open and so light, and there's so many spaces where people can meet and talk and work and discuss research and really be creative. So we're really excited about how creative the building is on the inside.
There's so many interesting facets associated with the SAMRI. What are the standouts for you?
Well, I certainly think the staircase behind us here is just fantastic, and we call it the sort of Guggenheim look of the building. And people can walk down the staircase from all parts of the building and come down here and have coffee and meet. And again, it goes to that creative sense of the building. And then the outlook of the building. So wherever you are in the building, you have an amazing outlook over the sort of riverbank precinct, over the new hospital next door. It's just also light, and it's also fantastic in terms of what you can see, and I think that makes for a really creative environment, and people love working here.
The team at Samry have invited us to be part of their future by purchasing a window. This will help the research team, who are working very hard to make sure that we have a healthier future for us and also generations to come. If you'd like more information about that, you can look up samrywindows.com. The Samry building really is quite incredible, and it's something as South Australians we can be really proud of. In fact, there's so many terrific buildings in SA, and Madame Hanoi Bar and Bistro at the Adelaide Casino is definitely one of them. It's really stylish. We're going to be having a chat with master builder from Adelaide Press Metal, Phil Koymans, and find out what he's done here and how he created this incredible look. Decorative pressed metal panels add a unique design statement to any look you're trying to create, and the best thing about them is they can be used in residential application or commercially, like they have been here. They suit traditional style homes as well as the most contemporary buildings and really enhance the look you're trying to achieve. Phil, what an amazing job you've done here. It looks incredible. You must be really proud.
I'm very, very proud. Very, very lucky that I had the opportunity to do this job. To my guys who spent 3 or 4 days here under trying conditions to get the job done, very, very proud.
I'm sure it actually would have been very challenging.
Oh, this one, the architects, the interior designers, they come up with the idea. They want it all to be in symmetry, in line, in an old building that's outer square, like a parallelogram. Yeah, very, very challenging.
So with the end result, what are the highlights for you?
I think the highlight for the pressed metal at the moment for me is that I was lucky enough to buy TWMs, a slice of South Australia's building history, to be able to repolish the dies, to make a product now that fits in 2015, that the public like it, the architects like it, the interior designers like it. It's uniquely South Australian, and it's unique in the world. Nowhere else do you find it. You can go to Africa, Europe, the United Kingdom. There's a little bit of America, but it is truly Australian, and that's what I'm proudest of.
Thanks so much, Phil. Now make sure you stay with us because we're going to have more after the break and show you more of this wonderful pressed metal work.
Building ideas. Building ideas.
One segment that we like to feature on Building Ideas every year is about pre-purchase home inspections. Now, we all know how exciting the prospect of buying a home can be, and it's easy to get wrapped up in all the hype. But it's important to protect your best interests, and by having a pre-purchase inspection done, you'll be doing exactly that. By making sure the home you're intending to buy is in good condition, you'll potentially save yourself some costly headaches, and possibly some immediate repairs as well. You'll also give yourself some peace of mind, knowing exactly what type of work you might have to do in the future. There are many master builders who can carry out a thorough building inspection at short notice, and they specialise in providing a comprehensive written report outlining any defects that you should be aware of. For many, a pre-purchase inspection is often neglected because they're under the impression that there won't be enough time during the cooling off period. But building inspectors are available at short notice, so it's definitely worthwhile getting one done. The inspection process is carried out in accordance with the Australian standard and should provide you with a detailed snapshot of the structural integrity of your property. You'll be given a written report that in some instances focuses on over 150 different areas of the building, and the inspection isn't simply limited to the structure. The report will also provide you a detailed impression of the walls and ceilings, as well as the roofing from both inside and out. The building inspector will look at the condition of the interior of the home, from cracks to plumbing and even electrical work. And some inspections will also include detailed photographs of areas of concern, and they may even provide you with a bit of a guideline as to the costs of repair. So if you're buying a home, or even if you're concerned with your existing home, contact the master builders and ask to be put in touch with a licensed building inspector. They'll be only too happy to help. So for some info on how to do that, jump onto mbasa.com.au.
We're back at the lovely Madame Hanoi Bar and Bistro at the old Adelaide Railway Station, which makes up part of the Adelaide Sky City Casino. And we've been having a look at some of its standout features, including the lovely timeless pressed metal. Used traditionally to decorate ceilings and hallways, pressed metal panels now also make striking kitchen, bathroom and outdoor barbecue splashbacks. The panels are made from a quality grade aluminium, pressed from the original dies and can be used inside or out. Adelaide Press Metal has a state-of-the-art showroom at College Park where they have hundreds of designs in stock and on display, so you won't have any trouble finding one to suit your new home, renovation or home addition. The panels are available to order in materials other than aluminium, like the ones that have been used here at Madame Hanoi's. Most designs can be pressed in zinc loom, galv, soft zinc and even copper. Best of all, they can be painted any colour you like or left raw for a more contemporary steel look. There really are so many different looks that you can achieve with Press Metal, and the team at Adelaide Press Metal will be only too happy to help you out with different options and selections. And they'll also tell you how you can install the panels. If you're not feeling confident about installing the panels yourself, well, they can do that for you too. Press metal panels are a really versatile option for any new home or renovation. They're lightweight, heat and rust resistant and great for splashbacks, and they can even be used as door inserts and kick panels and make a great feature wall as well. Adelaide Press Metal has a huge range of designs in stock, and if they don't have what you're looking for, they'll work with you to create an alternative solution. There's usually a 5 to 10 working day turnaround for large orders over 20 panels or specialty orders in copper, soft zinc, Colorbond or even heritage galv. But then the stock's available for immediate pickup and delivery is available as well. I have to say, even though it's been around for eons, I can see why Press Metal is making such a massive comeback. It's quick, it's cost effective, and it can really transform the look of a room or an area. Now, before I enjoy the lovely ambience of Madame Hanoi's, I'd like to show you what's on next week's show. I'm looking forward to hosting the program from a recently built Alan Shepherd project. Andrew has the lowdown on some of the other terrific products in the Blue Scope steel range. We'll check out the new Royal Adelaide Hospital, and we'll catch up with one very talented SA celebrity. Oh, it's shaping up to be a great show, so I really hope you can join us then. Now, if you'd like more information about Adelaide Press Metal, you can check out their website at adelaidepressmetal.com.au, or even better, why not visit their showroom at 45 Palem Road, College Park, and have a chat with Phil. He's a great bloke. Have a great weekend and hope to see you next week.
Building ideas.
Building Ideas proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.